that despite my flaws, and despite my cracks and my breaks, and there are many of them,
she's a good actress,
that at every premiere and everything I do, people will wait in line to see.
Wow. The ego on this girl is ridiculous.
Wow. Tell me if this is attractive to you. Like, does this, imagine you invested into her being the face of the movie and she's the main character and she's trying to promote the movie. Would this make you want to go watch the movie?
And just how once trusted critics that shilled for the Disney company all the time, even they are beginning to turn their back against them. That's how bad this movie truly is. Even if you look at the IMDb rating score, that's when you really know how terrible this movie is and how it really hit rock bottom.
Rachel Zegler was caught Googling how to escape movie contracts after Snow White backlash. Yep, that's the headline lighting up celebrity circles right now, and it's not a drill. Allegedly, the Snow White star was caught mid-search, typing out how to ditch her Disney obligations after days of controversy, online backlash, and underwhelming box office results. So, is Rachel done with Hollywood, or is she just getting started on her own terms?
That the producers, far left-wing activists in Hollywood, are turning on her, and Disney has canceled all of Rachel Zegler's appearances on their media platforms. Kind of tough.
And there is no resolution in sight for the Walt Disney Company when it comes to Snow White 2025 at the box office. This is exactly why Bob Iger, the Disney CEO, is in pure panic mode over not just the Rachel Zegler backlash, but the entire backlash surrounding this movie in general.
Let's get one thing straight. Snow White was supposed to be Rachel Zegler's Hollywood fairy tale moment. After winning hearts in West Side Story, landing a major Disney role felt like the next logical step. But the reality? Far from magical. Almost from the moment she was announced as the lead, controversy started brewing. Between resurfaced interviews, bold takes on the original Snow White story, and fans accusing Disney of modernizing too hard, Rachel became the face of a PR storm. But behind the scenes, that's where it gets really interesting. Before we dive into how things started unraveling, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're into deep dives like this. We break down the biggest stories in entertainment without the fluff, just facts, receipts, and a bit of chaos. And trust me, you're gonna want to see how this one ends.
And you have parents looking at Disney being like, what are you doing, guys? Like, this is supposed to be a place where magic happens, and all you're doing is indoctrinating kids, and you're having this person be the poster child of the Democratic Party.
Now, according to multiple sources close to the Snow White production, tensions between Rachel and Disney started long before the film hit theaters. One source even described the mood on set as strained, claiming that Rachel often felt sidelined during major production decisions. But let's fast forward to the juicy part: what went down after the film released. Despite months of marketing and a full-blown promotional tour, Snow White opened to less than enchanted box office numbers. Reviews were mixed, with many critics praising the visuals but questioning the film's tone, direction, and casting decisions. And of course, the internet had opinions. Some viewers slammed Rachel's performance, while others pointed fingers at the studio for trying to reinvent a classic that probably didn't need reinventing.
The producers, far left-wing activists in Hollywood, are turning on her, and Disney has canceled all of Rachel Zegler's appearances on their media platforms. Kind of tough.
But amidst all this noise, one very specific rumor started gaining traction: that Rachel Zegler was caught Googling how to escape movie contracts.
You could look at the fact that she has been sabotaging this film for years at this point, all in this sort of pursuit of entitlement.
I know it sounds like satire, but it comes from a surprisingly credible source. An anonymous crew member on a separate project reportedly saw Rachel backstage, laptop open, deep in a very specific search spiral. She looked really stressed, the source claims. It wasn't just random browsing. The search bar said something like how to legally exit a movie contract before the sequel. She closed it quickly, but it was there. Now, legally, walking away from a major studio contract, especially with Disney, is no small feat. These deals are airtight, multi-film, and often come with hefty financial penalties. So the question is, was Rachel serious or just venting online like the rest of us do during a breakdown?
She destroyed hundreds of millions of dollars worth of IP for Disney, but she also has destroyed her career and the careers of anybody who worked on the movie.
Adding fuel to the fire, fans noticed that Rachel started going silent on social media shortly after the film's opening weekend. No tweets, no Instagram stories, no engagement with fans. It was as if she ghosted the internet, and when you're the face of a Disney franchise, silence speaks volumes.
Disney responded by scaling back the premiere. I don't know that anyone really showed up to the premiere. The Rotten Tomatoes reviews are looking pretty bad, and they did, it seems like they tried to tweak a few things, but this movie is bad.
Then came the red carpet snubs. Rachel was noticeably absent from a major Disney Plus event just weeks after the film's release. While her team claimed scheduling conflicts, insiders say otherwise. A Disney source hinted, "There's definitely been tension. Let's just say not everyone's on speaking terms." And let's not forget the now iconic cryptic post moment. A few days after the film's opening, Rachel posted a single Instagram story with the words, "Sometimes silence is power." No context, no follow-up. Naturally, fans went into full detective mode. Was it shade at Disney? A dig at the media? A quiet clap back to all the online hate? You'd think that'd be the peak of the drama, but nope, it gets deeper. Some industry insiders now claim that Rachel's team has been quietly shopping her around to other studios. The goal? Rebrand her away from Disney entirely. She's allegedly been in early talks with streaming platforms, indie directors, and even international studios about taking on darker, grittier roles that would help reset her public image. She doesn't want to be typecast as the Disney girl, says one Hollywood agent who claims to have spoken with someone on her team. They want her next role to be bold, edgy, and unexpected, think prestige TV or Oscar bait indies. Of course, this raises the biggest question of all, is Rachel Zegler actually done with Hollywood, or just done with this version of it? Let's talk career strategy for a sec. It's not unusual for rising stars to pivot after a project flops or sparks backlash. What is unusual is the level of public drama that seems to be following this particular one. Rachel has gone from award season darling to online punching bag in under 2 years, a trajectory that would rattle even the most seasoned celebrity. And while her reps haven't commented publicly on the contract rumors, the silence is deafening. No denials, no clarifications, just the occasional red carpet smile and a lot of very carefully worded interviews. One reporter even noted that her press team shut down any Snow White talk during a recent promotional stop for a different film. At this point, the narrative writes itself, a breakout star burned by the very studio that was supposed to launch her into superstardom, now plotting her next move, possibly without them. So what happens next? Well, if Rachel is trying to exit her contract, she's not alone. Plenty of actors have negotiated their way out of studio deals before. Just ask Robert Pattinson, Emma Watson, or even Miley Cyrus. But the key is timing, leverage, and optics. And right now, Rachel's image is at a crossroads. She could lean into the chaos and reintroduce herself as a bold, boundary-pushing actress, or she could disappear for a while, let the dust settle, and quietly reemerge in something critically bulletproof. Either way, one thing's clear: the fairy tale didn't end with happily ever after. So, if Rachel Zegler really was Googling how to escape movie contracts, can you blame her? Between the backlash, the silence, and the industry whispers, it looks like the Disney dream might have turned into a Hollywood headache. One thing's for sure, this story is far from over. Tap that bell so you don't miss the next chapter in this wild ride.